Landlord took me for a ride, so I wrecked their car.
Alright, so the title is figurative. But I promise this is still worth it. In September 2020, I, mid-20 SF, got my first big girl job in a big city and moved away from home and family. I rented an apartment that I had visited several times and looked great. It was. JK, we wouldn't be here if it was. The apartment was not the one they had me touring on the multiple visits I came and was absolutely infested with cockroaches. Like within a month, the roaches were in my bed. All my dishes managed to get into my toothbrush holder inside a Ziploc bag twice. Everywhere. I was dying, slowing every day, feeling my will to live dwindle with every new peek-a-boo roach spotting. I was in constant communication with the landlord, but of course they ignored my pleas to leave, my begging, and then my threats of legal action. Fast forward to January 2021. The courts reopen. I file escrow. The landlord doesn't get any of my rent money until a judge says so. And I start documenting everything. Every can of poison. Every roach sighting. And critically, I bought roach motels. Glue traps that give off sexy roach musk to trap them inside to die. Radio silence from the landlord. Fast forward again to March 2021. We finally get a court date to hash out breaking the lease. Refunding money. All that. The date gets delayed once because the landlord hires a lawyer. Judge asks if I want to get a lawyer too. No, I don't. New date scheduled for April 2021. The day finally arrives for my day in court. The lawyer shows up in his fancy suit and briefcase and makes a big show of offering to settle out before we go before the judge. He offers to end my lease at the end of May and keep all the money. I told him to get stuffed with roach poison. We go before the judge. The lawyer does his whole legal drama. Calling witnesses. Showing documents. Etc. etc. It comes to my turn. The judge looks skeptical at this point. Like I'm just some dumb millennial who feels entitled to everything. Then I open my messenger bag sitting next to me and pull out my 56-page full-color collage of dated labels and chronologically organized roach pictures. I hand a copy to everyone in the room and proceed to just flip through the pages, giving the excruciatingly full account of having to strip search before going into work, being trapped inside an insect nightmare, and getting no help for almost 6 months. Everyone in the room gets increasingly uncomfortable as the presentation goes on. And on. And on. And on. Then I pull out my final masterpiece. The roach motels. In the flesh. Full of hundreds of reaches each. The judge has no idea what they are and asks to see. The bailiff walks them up to him. He looks at them for a second, then exclaims, "Are these all cockroaches? Don't let my wife see me holding these." And the lawyer pales. The case ends and the judge says we'll get his verdict in about 2 to 3 days. Come Judgment Day, I'm awarded full rent return, plus damages. And my lease is terminated effective immediately. The landlord ended up getting $0 rent from me. Lost 6 months of time another tenant could have lived there. Had to pay court fees. And had to pay his lawyer. Overall costing him around $10,000 total. But wait. There's more. I found out literally today. The judge was so appalled by the evidence he contacted my city health department and reported my landlord. He gave the health department my exact booklet of roach pictures. And the health department apparently came out on Monday and reviewed the property and condemned the whole building. Now the landlord has to pay temporary accommodations for all of their 52 units worth of tenants until they can find other places to live, and will never be able to rent this shithole to more unsuspecting young adults. TLDR. Landlord rents out demon hellhole to the cockroach underworld. Gets sued. Pays over $10,000 and gets building condemned. I kept waiting for the car. Got me. Absolutely phenomenal. Good for you. Taking on the scum of the earth on shitty landlord at a time. Yes. Thank you on behalf of the whole world. Creeps like that must pay. You are a champ for suffering through 6 months of that nightmare. Glad you saved everyone from that. Face vomiting. The roach check-in, but you got to check money out of this slumlord. Roach birth control, Amazon sells it, little cock likes tubes, works within 2 days. This has got to be one of my favorite revenge stories. You should go and take a picture standing outside the demolished building. Hang it on your new apartment wall. Girl, you are Wonder Woman in the flesh. I'm so proud of you. The title threw me. As a landlord, I'm appalled any professional landlord would do this. That moron needs to live in his building for a year to teach him a lesson, without any pest control at all. Brava. What did you get for damages? Some multiple of months' rent paid?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.